We are learning more about the woman indicted on sexual abuse charges. No injuries in that hard landing of a two-seater plane. Politicians and protesters expected here. Police tell us they don't anticipate any additional arrests. We're totally in the dark. 95 southbound is closed. Well, the trails here are still open as fraudsters are impersonating specific Warwick police officers over the phone. Grab yourself an external charger like I have here in my hand. Crediting a baby monitor for saving their lives. It's breezy up here on Atwells Avenue. Enbridge customers are not financially responsible. The waves are building here behind us at Narragansett Town Beach. And remember, it's after Labor Day, so no lifeguards on duty. As Michelle Carter walked out of those prison doors, the weather still impacting residents arrested here at Twin River Casino. This could have been a lot worse. Police tell us they'll use forensics, access DOT cameras, and speak to witnesses. Fatal shooting on Baxter Street is now a homicide. Feeling the economic impact of the coronavirus, someone in that car was likely targeted, but the NTSB says it could take more than a year to get answers. A lot of kids out there enjoying their snow day. Police are actively investigating this now fatal hit-and-run incident. I spoke with a woman named Kayla who says she finally got confirmation that she has the coronavirus. She says her mild symptoms made it tough to get a diagnosis.
I couldn't walk across my living room. I couldn't walk up my stairs without feeling like I was gasping for air.
256 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Massachusetts. East Providence native Kayla Ferrucci Herzberg is one of them.
Standing up and cooking, I'm out of breath, which is crazy.
After a trip to New York with her husband, Ferrucci Herzberg says she got a scratchy throat, a fever, and some shortness of breath. Thinking at first it was her allergies and her asthma acting up.
My friend told me that she had tested positive and that she was getting worse. And so that was in my mind as well.
Ferrucci Herzberg sought medical attention from her doctor and Mount Auburn Hospital.
They did a lot of different tests. They did a chest x-ray and just kind of ruled everything else out.
Rather than a diagnosis, she ran into barriers.
But they said at this time, your symptoms are too mild for us to give you a test to determine if you're positive or not.
A doctor finally confirmed she was positive for the coronavirus Monday. The social worker says it's been tough to navigate her way through this.
Wanting to have a result, wanting to know, and just not having an answer has been really frustrating.
While answers ease some frustration, they add new restrictions. Ferrucci Herzberg will be quarantined for an additional 3 weeks. And Kayla tells me she's concerned people aren't taking social distancing seriously. She really hopes people are taking precautions to help keep each other safe. Gutted by a fire this morning, Jackson's Variety is all boarded up now, and those 3 people did make it out alive. The family crediting a baby monitor for saving their lives. Intense flames took over Jackson's Variety, a well-known Fairhaven convenience store in the Neck.
When we got here, it was really going pretty good when we first arrived.
The call went to Fairhaven Fire at 7:47 Monday morning. The store also serving as residence for some of the Jackson family.
Right now, we're just at a complete loss.
Colleen Jackson says the store has been in the family for decades. Her father, niece, and sister, who now owns the store, were all inside at the time of the fire.
Thank God for the baby monitor.
Jackson says her sister heard the monitor, then noticed the fire. She alerted her father and daughter, who were upstairs. Bystanders and an off-duty firefighter rushed in.
Went into the building with the flames and the smoke.
Pulling 83-year-old Colin Jackson out.
By the time we got here, they were starting to drag them down the stairs and stuff, and we were able to get them out of the building.
Without those good Samaritans, whoever they are, my sister was not leaving my father, and I just think they wouldn't have gotten out of there.
Fire officials continue their investigation. Cleanup now underway as the Jackson family picks up the pieces. Their business and home of more than 50 years lost in a day. I spoke with the Red Cross. They're now in contact with the family and will be helping out over the next few weeks. And Jackson's Variety, really a staple here in Fairhaven. Coming up new tonight at 6. Hear how the community is really stepping up to help the Jackson family. Board members tonight made a statement saying that they heard the public and acknowledged that they need some more time before voting on a forbearance agreement. Protesters tonight had their own agenda.
We have obligations to the health and safety of our detainees.
Monday's Wyatt Detention Center board meeting quickly turned into another public demonstration by Never Again Action, Alliance to Mobilize Our Resistance, and members of the Central Falls community. Only one item on the agenda.
We will not, I repeat, we will not be voting on the proposed forbearance agreement with UMB Bank tonight, as we, the board, also have concerns that we need to have addressed.
Protester Matthew Harvey says the board is just postponing the inevitable.
Right now, the place that ICE and Rhode Island is here at the Wyatt. Moving it under the control of a private corporation makes it harder for us to impact what's happening there and reduces public oversight.
But he says their group will keep fighting to make an impact. Over the past several months, protesters have made it clear they do not want ICE detainees held at Wyatt or in Rhode Island.
Private prisons are an abomination and a mistake, and ICE collaboration in the state is an atrocity.
The public stand has led to arrests and some violence. In July, 18 protesters were arrested outside of Wyatt. The Rhode Island Attorney General's office is investigating an incident from August when 5 people were hospitalized after a Wyatt detention officer allegedly drove through a group of protesters with a truck. Now, Never Again Action is calling for action from Governor Gina Raimondo.
This should not be a tough call. Does she want to be a leader against bigotry and violence and the dehumanization of our immigrant brothers and sisters?
The open letter asked Governor Raimondo to end state and local collaboration with ICE in Rhode Island. So that letter also asked Governor Raimondo to close Wyatt. In the past, the governor has not supported closing the facility. In Central Falls, I'm Molly O'Brien, Eyewitness News.